Alright, food that's crispy and delicious. Wow. Wow, he's asleep, wearing what? Cloth pants. Cloth pants. What? Crispy white cloth pants. Wow. He's asleep. No one expected this full comedian detailed the victim's plight as if an eyewitness. This convinced Officer Parkmore, however, it wasn't simple. ATI browsed files that night. He confirmed the fool's descriptions matched the victim's, but still didn't believe he was the killer. After all, his hands were badly burnt. He couldn't even pick up chopsticks, let alone tie that complex bow. The chief and Officer Park, however, were thrilled. The chief even summoned a bunch of reporters to bring the fool to the second crime scene for a reenactment performance. ATI wanted to stop it, but the chief wouldn't listen. Just then, the fool's father burst into the crowd like a wild horse, shouting that his son was innocent. Seeing his dad, the fool boldly claimed innocence, causing chaos. Crowds gathered, escalating the situation. Eventually, police released the fool due to public pressure. But Officer Park was furious, convinced he was the killer. He jested, wasn't that rehearsed? After the circus, the investigation team had to switch leaders. The new chief, informed of the case progress, marched his crew to the first crime scene and grilled them. He asked about commonalities among the victims. Officer Park replied, they were beautiful single women wearing red when killed. Besides that, the killer struck on rainy days, and out of nowhere, ATI piped up saying there might be a third victim. After ATI spoke, everyone was puzzled. 2 bodies, yet 3 victims. He checked the recent missing list. He found a missing woman whose characteristics matched the 2 victims. Looks like a suspect popped up. Sure enough, ATI led the team to the reeds and found the missing woman's body. Parts of it had already. The cause of death mirrored the previous 2 cases, post-assault murder by the killer. One could almost guarantee it's the same guy doing the dirty work. Judging by the killer's methods, this is one seasoned pro. To prevent more victims from facing an awkward situation, the chief proposed a bold idea. They can't just sit back anymore, they have to catch the killer before he strikes again. So, on this rainy night, they had a female officer don a red dress and stroll down a lonely path to lure out the killer. But surprisingly, the killer didn't come. Instead, 2 female students passed by. Hiding from the rain, they chatted about a school rumor. Rumor has it a psycho lurks in the school's restroom, killing innocent girls at night. Could be Attie's gang's killer. But ATI brushed it off. After all, it was just kids' gossip. Little did they know, this would be the breakthrough they needed. In stark contrast, another woman in a red outfit was gearing up to deliver an umbrella to her husband. But after recalling the recent bizarre events, she then ventured dressed in just her umbrella across the black fields when suddenly she heard a noise behind her. She turned around cautiously only to find nothing. But remembering the recent events, she was thoroughly spooked. So she turned and ran desperately. But unfortunately, an accident occurred. The police found the woman's body the next day. The cause of death and the killer's MO was still the same, and there were no useful clues left behind. It seems we have our 4th victim. Watching lives slip away, Officer Dio and ATI felt helpless. The atmosphere grew somber. A trembling female officer then spoke up. I just made a discovery. Last night, before the murder, someone was continuously requesting a song called Sad Love Letter on the radio. They specified it for every rainy day. Curious, I checked the logs and found every time someone requested it, there would be a murder happening in town. ATI realized it wasn't a coincidence. It might be the killer's ritual, like a concert's fiery prelude. The chief sent ATI to the radio station to find the requester. But when he arrived, the manager said there were too many requests daily. They couldn't keep track of so many, and the postcards from requesters had long since been tossed in the trash. Off to who knows where. Meanwhile, Officer Dio didn't give up the investigation. Instead, he stumbled upon a fortune teller, hoping to use mysticism to track down the killer. I've got to say, that's creative thinking. Following the fortune teller's instructions, Officer Dio and colleagues went to a crime scene. He laid down a talisman and poured a ball of ink, ready to wait for the paper to magically reveal the killer's face. But suddenly, Officer Dio spotted a silhouette not far away. He thought the killer had returned. So he warned his colleagues to be careful and prepared to spring into action only to find it was ATI. And then ATI saw a figure himself. He quickly found a place to hide, and suddenly it all felt a bit ridiculous. Then, a strange man set down a woman's lingerie on the ground after looking around, clearly sending mixed signals. This act fit the profile of a pervert. Officer Dio gave a knowing glance to his partner, ready to pounce. But when his partner stood up, he accidentally snapped a twig, catching the man's attention, and bam, he bolted. The 3 chased him, but surprisingly, he was fast. Soon, they were in a factory. The place was bustling with people, but suddenly the chief got all serious, his sharp eyes locking in. In a flash, he spotted the man in the crowd. ATI moved in, and it was him. In that moment, ATI changed his view of Officer Dio completely, even feeling impressed he wasn't just a courser. This is one incredible twist. So, folks, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thrilling stories.